Alright, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there spreading this truth like wildfire in all truthfulness and in all sincerity. And Shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect out there. Alright, got this article. I got this article from a screenshot that a brother posted on a chat that I'm a part of, and hey, it's happening. Global food crisis sees 150 million more women than men going hungry, and for women. The gap of Ukraine workload, invasion of Ukraine. Issues. Growing gender display in food access. Of the estimated 828 million people globally who were affected by hunger in 2021, around 3 in 5 were women, according to a report released earlier this month by humanitarian organizations. It's the disparity between set to deteriorate. Said, I really was ease. Ones bear and guard sacrifice. Verse 3, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant field, for the fruitful. You got that going. No longer women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. and only the elect women of Yasharallah are going to be saved. You know, only the elect, the so-called Latinos, are going to be saved. Like, it's a whole lot of you. My night order street. Jezebels, which is what this was about. Eating your babies that y'all claim to love so much. Deuteronomy 28 verse a lot of y'all had them, you know, so y'all could because there's a part of, so y'all could get child support and other Deuteronomy 56 about, bring this out a lot concerning how basically, you know, you're evil towards the man. The ultimate fulfillment of these scriptures, these curses right here, is coming in Jacob's trouble. 28 verse 56. Among you, women among you, which venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground. And tenderness shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter. Verse 57, and her young one that cometh out feet, and towards her children shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege. And you know, there you go. You know, it's gonna get so bad, you know, that this is gonna happen. For they with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. Verse 10, the hands of the pitiful women have sought in their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. You know, there you go. that he's 1 and 9, that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Because we're gonna be, because this is like a modern day siege, what they're doing. Verse 40, and he answered, for the day shall come. Now, verse 41, when he was come near, he beheld the city, wept over it. Verse 42, saying, if thou hadst known, even thou at least in this thy day, the things which belong unto thy peace, but now they are hid from thine eyes. Verse 43, for the day shall come upon thee that thine enemy shall cast a trench about thee, and compass thee round, and keep thee in on every side. With the ground, and thy children within thee, and they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knowest not the time of thy visitation. This is happening all over again. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. Where there's Israelites, especially where there's Israelites in large number. Jerusalem. As shown by the place at the beginning of sorrow, and late 6 verse 9. See, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. So notice it says, and with hunger. So yeah, this famine, this shortage of bread, this famine of bread that's coming, it's gonna be something. That famine is gonna be it's gonna be a motherfucker for real. A time like no other. Jacob's trouble. My 30 Verse 7, the last for that. Verse 4, and these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. Verse 5, for thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Verse 6, ask ye now, see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail? And all faces are turned into paleness. Verse 7, the last for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And let me check and see if my live is still up, because you know these devils like to play these games. You know, they like to censor my lives. You know, shadow ban them. Okay, call out Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Kadash. I'm actually live right now. Let me see if the sound is alright. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Kadash. I'm actually live right now. Okay, so the sound's alright, and 20 minutes and 12 seconds, 13 seconds. Took a screenshot of that, just in case they try to do some shit. The sound is alright. I'm actually live right now. Okay, so the sound's alright. And 20 minutes and 12 seconds, 13 seconds. Took a screenshot of that, just in case they try to see if the sound is alright. Okay, so I'm still live. That's what's up. Alright, so I read that one. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, travail, and all faces are turned into pale. They sick. Verse 7, the last for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. He meaning the elect, but you 2/3 are going to be cut off in by different ways. And it shall all cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Verse 9, and I will bring the third part of fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try gold is tried. Call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. Yeah, so, you know, yeah, that famine, it's pretty much here, pretty much. It's just gonna get worse from here. You know, until until them new, and those are that y'all gonna think that Thessalonians 1 Thessalonians 5:2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh so cometh as a thief in the night. The day of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai so cometh as a thief in the night. Verse 3. For when they shall say, peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. No, they shall not escape. Well, that's going to be one of those times, just like poured out with the nation, and he shall be day and night worship his name. Verse 2. Your day that keep the command. Rise, shall show, and so were possible deceive the very elect. Verse 25. Behold, I have told you before, and the ultimate false Mashiach, a false anointed one, the ultimate one is Esau. The ultimate false prophets and Esau, and really the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church, and all these so-called churches that come out of the Roman Catholic Church. That's the false prophet. That's the false prophet. It shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. I've told you before. What is this chip? Open this hand. You can lock it, unlock it with this hand. Too, with this hand. Oh, this man can send text with his brain using the brain computer interface. Oh, look. It's a good thing. Deceiving you with those signs and great signs and wonders. But the elect is not going to be deceived. You 2/3 are going to be deceived. You 2/3 be deceived by the beast, by Esau, the beast man. The 2/3 are going to be deceived. Let me get Slacko. Alright. Let me get this right here. This is the scripture that I'm thinking of. 2 Thessalonians 2:11. this healed shall consume. Oh, I'm gonna get this one. Of iniquity, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Verse 8, and then read it from the get-go, from the start, because there's more meat on this bone. So Thessalonians 2, like there's more to it. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord, our Adawan, Yahushua HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him. Verse 2, that ye be not soon shaken and be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, that the day of Hamashiach is at hand. Let no man, Slacky got a pest problem. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called power, or that is worshipped, so that he as power sitteth above power, showing himself that he is power. Verse 5, remember, this is exactly how these devils are, that dude, the Edomite, it's one of the brother from Tanzania, he's Esau himself, real Yuval Noah Harari. He said basically they think that they're better than the Most High. They're gonna overpass the Most High, and he said something like, it doesn't matter if we make the Most High mad. We can make the Most High as mad as we want. That proud shit, which is why, he could be Esau himself. The man Esau, the same soul that was Esau, could be him. That's a real possibility, because that is some proud shit. I mean, imagine being that proud. Verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called power, or that is worshipped, so that he as power sitteth in the temple of power, showing himself that he is power. Verse 5, remember ye not that when I was yet with you I told you these things? Verse 6, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. Verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Thou letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Verse 8, and then shall that wicked Verse 9, even him after the word why y'all because the these wonders. Oh, he can send tweets, be on social media with just his brain. Yeah. Oh, he can, like I said, he can open his van. He can open his Tesla with just his hand. Oh, look, open cabinets, all that. Cabinets, all that. I'm sure there's ways they could do that. If they have that technology built in. Look. Oh, he can order food with his brain, with the brain computer interface. Doesn't even have to get off his ass to get the food. Wow. Esau, he appeals to the carnal mind. He appeals to your carnality, man, your senses. That's what Esau appeals to. That's what these miracles appeal to, so that you're like, yeah, I might, hey, and you're starving. Think about it. You're starving, and you've gone without food for a minute now, and the only solution out of the only solution to the famine and to the chaos that's going on, seems to be the chip. Esau make it seem to be the chip, so that in your mind, your only choice for survival, your only choice, the best choice you can make, that will ensure your survival, is taking the chip. That's how Esau is going to get you. If he don't get you before the famine hits, he's going to get you after. If you're 2/3, if you're a 2/3, your name is not written in that book of life. You're a 2/3. And that's how a lot of y'all is going to be numbered to the slaughter, because a lot of y'all is going to catch a nuke. They don't die by the famine. The ones of y'all that survive, are going to catch a nuke. That survive the martial law troops, the famine, the pestilence, the beasts of the earth, the teeth of wild beasts that survive all that. Y'all that survive all that and take the gonna catch a nuke. And so, but y'all gonna think that's the way. Evilness over righteousness in them that perish, not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. You are very deceivable. Verse 11, you sealed your fate. Even though, it was already scripted that you was going to do it, this is you doing it, that playing out, that line playing out, you taking the bait, you falling for this devil, falling for a system, because you have to take part of it, revelation cause in the right foreheads. 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. That is great temptation. That is great temptation. That is pressure. The cons of not taking it versus the pros of taking it. Even though it has the biggest con, if you take it and you're through, you're missile food. Here is wisdom, let understanding, count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. The hour of temptation is going to be on a whole nother level. That's why it says, power of to try. Verse 11, behold, I come quickly, hold fast, that no, you know. Now what's the, it's interesting that they chose this name for it too. Now what's the word for crown in Espanol? You know, and you get it. And that them pushing the juice was like a beta test run of what they're gonna do, how they're gonna push. It was like a beta test of how they're gonna push the, you know, the grain of rice on you. That was a beta test of how the public would react, you know, all that. You know, event 21. Verse 12, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple and of my power, Yahweh, and ye shall no more go no more out. And I'll write upon him the name of my power, and the name Yahweh, and the name of the city of my power, which is New Jerusalem. Down out of power, Yahweh. Here, let him hear what the Spirit saith. You 2/3, man. Y'all gonna get, you know, because, you know, y'all wicked as fuck. Ecclesiasticus 25 verse 13. Give me any plague, any wickedness, and any affliction. These broads, any enemies. They're enemies on this side. Verse 15. There's no head above of the wrath of me. With dragon, than to keep house with the wicked woman. That's shit. And whenever, you know, say he's a misogynist, try to say hate, which is speaking the truth. Like, that's why y'all hated Andrew Tate, which, you know, I'm not, he was most likely controlled opposition, but to be controlled opposition, you gotta speak the, you gotta say some things, right? Because you gotta appear to be real opposition. The shit he was saying, it was true. It checked out. That's why y'all hated him. Verse 20, as the climbing up sandy ways to the feet of the aged, so is a life full of words to a quiet man. Verse 21, stumble not at the beauty of a woman. That's how they are. So is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Yeah, loud mouth. Verse 21, stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Desire her not for pleasure. Because that's how they could take you. Have you becoming turn you into a super simp. Verse 22, a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. Yeah. That's obvious. You come home after a long day of work, and you want to rest, and she gives you shit. That happens in a lot of households. Verse 23, a wicked woman obeys the courage, maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees. And a lot of them won't. A lot of them, when you're catching hell, a lot of them, they'll switch up eventually. Even the ones that stick around a little longer, they eventually switch up, or they already did. They're cheating on you. They're committing adultery, and they don't think there's anything wrong with that. This is why most of 2/3 are females of our nation. Proverbs 30 verse 20. This woman, she no wickedness. She don't think that she did anything wrong. She is completely in her, in her head. Like a lot of you females, a lot of you Israelite females, a lot of y'all gonna die on this side. A lot of y'all are gonna die on this side. And a lot of y'all are gonna go out by famine. If not famine, then the sword. If not the sword, then the pestilence. Not that, the beast of the Jeremiah 15 verse 1, unto me, before me, the ear not be toward this people, cast them out of my, let them go forth. 2, and it shall come to pass, if they say, shall we go forth, then thou shalt tell them, such as are for death, Lord, and such